Hello, we're back. LegalView.com, your online legal information and legal resources in plain, everyday language, not that legal mumbo jumbo that you can't understand. Today, we're going to do a very quick video here today, and we're going to talk about an issue that a lot of us always face. Your landlord comes into your house, uh, take all of your personal goods, all of your personal belongings, and confiscate them, change your lockout. You come home, you're locked out. Is that legal? Can a landlord do it? Well, simple and easy answer to that is no, he cannot. Now there are some exceptions. We'll talk about those briefly in a minute. But to just basically understand what your rights are is that when you think about property, that you have the right of ownership, and a person may still own the property, but when they enter into a lease with you, a lease with anybody else, they are basically giving that person uh, part of their ownership rights in that property. They still own it. They still have the right to sell it. They still have the right to mortgage it, but they lease away or rent out their right to occupy that dwelling or occupy that building. So as long as there's a legal contract between a tenant and a landlord, then that tenant have the legal right of possession of that property. Now, there are times where you can lose that legal right, but the way that is usually lost is that the landlord, you get behind on rent, or you tear the property up, and then the landlord have to go through the eviction process. And different states have different ways of evicting people, or the eviction process. But usually they have to give you a some type of notice of eviction if you fail to move out, you fail to turn the property over. Then what the landlord would do then is then he would have to file papers in court. Then you would actually have to go to court, and a judge in court will have to sign an order of an eviction to evict you. And usually that judge will set a date that you have to be out. And then on that particular date, once that date comes, if you're still there, then your landlord have the right in most states to go and remove property, your belongings from the property, and as well as change the locks. But he cannot do that. Remember, he cannot do that until he get a court order in hand. Now, the only exceptions to law is something that calls abandonments. And from my dealings with it, from my dealings with this situation, that landlord is always going to try to say you abandoned that property. If he changed the locks on you and take your property out, he's going to try to go to court. If you bring up an issue, try to go to court or call him, he's going to say you abandoned the property. And there are exceptions in most states for abandonment, which basically means that you voluntarily gave up your right of possession to that property. So just remember, if you enter into a contract, into a lease, you have a right. And and the only way that you can be removed from there, the only way your rights under that property can be extinguished is that you voluntarily move out and tell the landlord, I've moved out, here go your key, or a court order. Now, don't let that landlord try to get over and go to court and say that you abandoned the property. Most states have case law that determines what abandonment is. Abandonment is you took everything out. You was gone. The door was open. And so they try to use it. But ladies and gentlemen, that was just this quick little video that I get a lot of emails about where people want to know about, can a landlord do it? And it's just a reoccurring issue that you just hear over and over again. And the answer is no. But please go and visit LegalView, a new website, fairly new, but it's legalview.com. It's LEGAVUE.com. And just remember, all the information that I provide on my videos, as well as the information that's on the website, should not be taken as legal information or legal advice. It's only general legal information that I provide. Always consult with an attorney on legal issues because there can be some dire consequences. But thank you for visiting. God bless you.